I'm Not a Gentleman is a production of chaseandwriter.com.
You're a good dude, man. I'll talk to you about something. I'll show you something. You'd be like, yeah, that's all right. I'm like, what do you really think? I'm like, you'd be like, well, I think you should, try these shoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you won't hurt nobody's feelings, man. But then I hear it on another on another video. I'm like, why you had to bring up them damn suits, man? Now my suits are sitting on the floor and told my son to come pick them up last week.
Yo, bro, this is hilarious, man. I have so many of my friends hit me up about things like that because, I try to keep it real, but at the same time, like you mentioned, man, we spend a lot of money on those things,
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just tell someone after they spend a whole bunch of money like, yo, this is not it. You know what I mean? Yo, what up? Welcome to I'm Not a Gentleman, the show designed to help you look stylish without following trends. I'm your host, Vladimir Riché from chaseandwriter.com and your favorite menswear YouTuber's favorite menswear YouTuber. I've helped dozens of clients and hundreds of students and viewers feel more confident by looking their best and always making a great first impression. Welcome to number 32, and it's a special one. This is a Wardrobe Audit episode, and I have my guy Daniel joining me today. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Yo, Daniel, what's good, fam?
Hello, how you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, man. For those of you who don't know, this is a very special episode, man. Daniel and I have been rocking together for a minute. He was one of the first dudes to reach out to me when I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago. So he's been supporting all the things that I've been doing, and he's definitely a day one. So it's a pleasure for me to have him on the Wardrobe Audit episode of the podcast. So Daniel, tell the people where you are, man. I think it's very interesting that they should know.
Yeah, I live in Maui, Hawaii, bro. Rocking the 808.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. For those of you who don't know, it is 10:50 right now, 10:50 a.m. Eastern time. And Daniel, tell the people exactly what time it is where you are.
It's 5:48 a.m.
That is crazy. That's crazy. And he's been up too for a few hours. So it's not like he just woke up.
Yeah. People say I'm nuts, but it is what it is, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm really glad to have you on here, though. I know we've been talking on and off. Usually it's by, we've jumped on the phone a few times, but usually it's by like text message or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's really good to have you on here to do this with you. And I know we're supposed to be meeting up in New York too the next time you come around. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely looking forward to that,
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, yes, man. So let's do it like this, right? So I like to set a goal for the podcast because my goal is to try to help you because we can go in many different directions, but I'm trying to kind of streamline it into the best way that you can take advantage of it. So let's say 6 months from now, we're having a conversation. Everything has been going great for you as far as your wardrobe. What does the wardrobe look like?
Well, my wardrobe would look like a suit or sport coat for any occasion. Just being able to go in there and know that everything I have is well put together. I want to stand out without standing out.
Nice.
If you understand, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do.
Now, unlike some of the people that I've seen on your show, my wardrobe has been an evolution. I've been living here for 12 years. I haven't had to wear a suit. Mm-hmm. Life changes have happened where I started getting back into style. And I've been trying to learn on the way, and your podcast, your YouTube channel has been one of those things. But I'm still in the building blocks. I'm rebuilding again. So this is the reason why I'm here.
Got you. Now that's good to know. And I know you travel a lot too. So you're not just in Hawaii. You from Indiana, right? Originally?
From Indianapolis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. So if there was like one thing that you wanted to talk about today, what would it be? Like one thing that I can help you with that'll make, let's say, everything else easier or everything else better.
All right. That would be foundational suits.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what style do you usually go for in your suits? Like what does your current suit wardrobe look like now? I know we spoke about you probably getting rid of a couple things, but what's your style, would you say?
Well, I would say it was a classic men's style, but uninformed. So I
Hmm.
have a charcoal gray, I have a blue, but lapels are too small. They're from box stores,
Yeah.
and the final death blow to them was hearing you say, "Don't buy your suits from this store." And I just kind of sucked my teeth and threw them on the floor.
Yeah,
Into
yeah,
my,
yeah.
so I'm at the point now. I'm revamping. I have a couple of sport coats. I have a nice gray double-breasted, but it's still not a foundational suit. It's
Yeah.
you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
I feel what you're saying for sure.
Hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, yes, because I usually tell guys to lean towards either charcoal, navy, or medium gray. So those
Hmm.
to me are the three colors that are the most not basic. I don't want to use that word, but you definitely need those in your wardrobe. Those are essential pieces. And
Hmm.
also, when people are building their wardrobe, I like to tell them to start with something that you can wear in a lot of different occasions. And it's also not going to stand out too much as far as, let's say you only can get one suit to start, right? You want to
Hmm.
get something that's going to be able to put you can wear it a few times without people thinking, man, he's wearing the same suit every single time.
Right.
So if it's a double breasted, for example, people don't really see double breasted that often. I mean, us in the menswear community, we see it all the time, but most people don't really see double breasted. So if your first real suit, let's say, is a double breasted, people will notice that this is the same suit. So because of that, I like to tell guys to start with a single breasted suit. Once you have like 3 or 4, then of course you can go ahead and, get into the double breasted. Me personally, believe it or not, I don't own not one double breasted suit. I didn't like them, but I like them now actually. So I will be commissioning one, but as of right now that we're talking, I don't have one in my closet. So I am looking to rectify that. So I would definitely say a single breasted and in one of those three colors that I mentioned. And now as far as fabric, I know Hawaii is pretty warm, right?
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, the fabric would be for the mainland. We
Okay.
don't wear a suit here.
Sure.
Yeah, so I try to find occasions to wear suits here, and there isn't one. So
It didn't work out.
yeah, yeah.
I hear
But,
you. I hear you.
but like you said, we travel a lot. So when I hit the airport, when I hit the ground back home or Europe or wherever we are,
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
want to look my best.
Yeah.
Hmm.
100%. Now, are you considering something custom or do you think something off the rack?
Uh, for the first one, it'll probably be something off the rack, but
Mm-hmm.
custom is also an option. Money's not really an option for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, my problem with custom or bespoke is there's no tailor within the vicinity that makes suits.
Sure.
So you know, so it for me it'd have to be something off the rack just to fill the
Mm-hmm.
closet, and then once I get back
Yep.
home or somewhere, I can go get a suit made. Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Because it's a good thing to start with a off the rack suit that fits well. Because then if you go on custom, let's say you can actually even do it remotely, but as long as you have a suit that fits well, you can kind of base the measurements off of that. But for bespoke, which is the top of the line, then yes, it has to be something where you can take 2 or 3 trips to the
Hmm.
tailor to get measured.
Hmm.
And then when the suit is like halfway done, you're going to get more measurements. So yeah,
Right.
you definitely have to be present or,
Hmm.
for something like that for sure.
Yes, sir. So,
Mm-hmm.
and to keep everything going, one of the questions that I had, specific
Yep.
questions, was about trouser cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my dad, being real old school, always told me that cuffs were made for loafers,
Mm-hmm.
and straight trousers were for laces. And then with me being really short, being 5'5", I always thought that the cuffs would cut me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
That is an excellent question, man. And I know where your dad was coming from with this information because back in the days, cuffs were considered more casual.
Hmm.
So therefore, loafers would be something that you would wear casually. So that
Hmm.
definitely makes sense. and, lace ups, obviously, or dressier. But over the years, that has changed because the cuffs, they don't just provide visual interest. They also play a function because now they make the bottom of the trousers a little bit heavier because there's more fabric there. So therefore, it's going to lay better on your shoes. Mm-hmm. So I recommend cuffs to everyone, unless, of course, we're talking about a tuxedo, which is the highest level as far as, that you can dress. So those, no cuffs on tuxedo trousers. But every other trouser, I do recommend cuffs. Now, that doesn't mean people have to do cuffs. People have their own preferences. But number one, to me, it looks better with cuffs. And number two, like I was saying, it plays a function. With that said, what you mentioned is definitely something that you should consider, your height, because it's very important. And with someone who is, let's say, I'd say like 5'7", 5'8", and under, you definitely want the line to be straight because the cuff can actually stop the line of sight when somebody looks. So it's not like a straight line. And, when you're vertically challenged, you want the lines to be as straight as possible. So for someone like you, I would recommend maybe 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Because I do 2 inches. Some of my clients who are above 6'3", they probably do 2.25, 2.5, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would say for you, I would recommend between 1.25 inches and 1.5 inches. Okay. That's why it's good to have a tailor. Like, do you have any tailors in Hawaii that you use? Okay, good. Because they can actually show you what the different one would look like between 1.25 and 1.5. That way you can make a decision. I would still say to go with cuffs. Like, for example, my dad was 5'3", so he still wore a cuff, but he just wore a smaller cuff. Okay. So that's what I would recommend for you. But I wouldn't really put too much stock into just wearing it with loafers because things have changed. Right. Like before, we couldn't really wear brown because brown was considered very country, but now it's not the same anymore. So even though it's still all classic menswear, but things do change. And with cuffs, I would definitely say this is definitely something that has changed for sure.
So my first 3 suits, charcoal, navy, and a medium gray.
A medium gray would be what I would go for the first 3, because those will be extremely versatile. You can wear them to anything.
Okay. Yeah, because what's left in my my closet now after I've started throwing out things, I have a Prince of Wales cut that just came in.
Nice.
Got a couple of sport coats, and we went to Europe a couple of years ago, and I fell in love with tweed suits. So I did buy a couple of tweed suits from London.
Nice.
But tweed suits don't make a wardrobe. So I look in my closet, which is filled full of stuff. But nothing real foundational, nothing really classic. Another thing I didn't listen to you on that I'm regretting now is I was into brand names, designers,
Yeah.
And it just without having a proper coach, and this is why I appreciate your YouTube channel, without having a proper person to show you, not only do you waste a lot of time, you waste a lot of money. I spend a lot of money on the clothes that I have. These clothes that I'm getting rid of cost me a lot of money. When, it's, and you're a good dude, man. I'll talk to you about something. I'll show you something. You'd be like, yeah, that's all right. I'm like, what do you really think? I'm like, you'd be like, well, I think you should, try these shoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you won't hurt nobody's feelings, man. But then I hear it on another on another video. I'm like, why you had to bring up them damn suits, man? Now my suits are sitting on the floor. I told my son to come pick them up last week.
Yo, bro, this is hilarious, man. I have so many of my friends hit me up about things like that because I try to keep it real, but at the same time, like you mentioned, man, we spend a lot of money on those things, So you can't just tell someone after they spend a whole bunch of money, like, yo, this is not it. You know what I mean? You kind of try to give them a few hints and stuff, but, I understand where they're coming from. One thing that saved me is that at the time when I was learning about, well, not really learning, at the time that I started liking suits and stuff, I didn't have a lot of money. So there were a lot of things I wanted to buy, but I just couldn't afford them. So I would just save the pictures and save the links. I'm like, yo, once I get some money, I'm going to get these, you know? And thank God, man, I didn't have the money to blow on them, because if I did, I would have regretted them, you know?
It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. I got so many things on consignment right now that are trying to be sold, you know?
Yeah.
So, it really, you do yourself a favor by just buying the consultation and getting the good advice, because what we know about classic men's clothes, it doesn't need to be replaced for a number of years.
Absolutely.
It will stay stylish for years instead of being
100%.
more trendy or more flashy, you know. And I'm just, that's where I'm in my 50s now. So, you know, and I love the aesthetic of the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you know, and you're the closest person that I've seen on YouTube that gets it.
We'll be right back.
Yo, real quick, I got something very special to share. Are you ready to elevate your style game? Well, I got just the thing for you when it won't cost you a dime. Introducing my latest ebook, The 7 Style Mistakes That You're Making Right Now. It's packed with insights to help you up your style game. In this exclusive guide, I break down the common pitfalls that many of us fall into. From fashion faux pas to overlooked details, I got you covered. You'll learn how to turn heads for all the right reasons and boost your confidence in any situation. So are you ready to transform your wardrobe and leave those style mistakes behind? Head over to I'mNotAGentleman.com or click the link in the show notes to grab your copy of the 7 Style Mistakes That You're Making Right Now. It's a game changer and it's 100% free. Thanks for tuning in today. And remember, style is a reflection of who you are. Let's make sure you're sending the right message. Grab your copy now and let's embark on this style journey together. Until next time, stay stylish. Yeah, sometimes I speak to guys that are just trying to get into tailored clothing. Like, they're into fashion, just not tailored clothing. And sometimes the prices will shock them, right? Like, damn, I have to spend that much money. But those are the same guys who are spending that kind of money already, but on other things that are not even going to last them long. So I tell them they have to kind of look at it like an investment, because once you get those things and you take care of them, you really don't have to replace them for a long time, you know?
Right.
A lot of the stuff that I wear is still the same stuff that I was wearing when I started my YouTube channel back in 2019. And some of those clothes I had them before that. So it really lasts a long time if you take care of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I try to teach guys, because sometimes it might look like it's a lot, but over the long run, it's definitely not that much if you really look at it like that.
We spend our money on whatever we deem is important, you know. And in my mind right now, I have a pair of black Gucci loafers that I spent a fortune on, and I never wear them because they only go with certain things. And instead of doing what you told me to do and buying the black cap toe Oxford, which with a lot more stuff, you know, so you know, having the money but not having the knowledge can be really dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I have one of my well, he studied as a client. He's a friend now, but he's given his son so many pairs of his shoes because, you know, he was buying all those shoes, spending so much money on them. And then he realized once he started consuming my content, like, damn, man, I didn't really think this through, you know? So now he's replaced everything and he just gave his son all of his stuff. His son is younger. And I always say when someone is younger, like 30 and under, they can pretty much wear whatever they want, you know? So that it's all good that you pass that to somebody younger that can wear
the best 25-year-old, best dressed 25-year-old walking around Maui right now.
There you go. Yeah. So does he wear the same size as you?
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
so
actually,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't know which one of my sons is gonna wear my size, because hopefully my younger one, Ryder, because he doesn't look like he's going to be as tall as my older one, Chase. because I have so many shoes, right? So what am I going to do with all of them? So I always tell them, I don't know which one of you guys is going to be able to inherit all these shoes that I have. So hopefully one of them will wear my size. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And Mark wears my size, which is good because I'm small, so I wear like a 38 short.
Okay.
So, and because of that, also another mistake that I made was, because I'm in shape and I'm small, I wore a lot of close cut suits.
Yeah.
Just missing all of that stuff now,
Yeah, no, I got you. You. And I understand it too, man, because you want to show off the physique, right? So, like, for example, a cousin of mine, I was speaking to him because our kids play basketball together. And a couple weekends ago, he goes, Vlad, I know you got the eye for this. Look at this suit that I'm thinking about wearing to this wedding in Jamaica. And he pulled out his phone and he showed it to me, and I couldn't believe it, bro. It was like a suit jacket that had no sleeves. And 'cause this dude is, he's tall, he's cut,
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you can't wear that to someone's wedding, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not your wedding. You see what I'm saying? If it was your wedding, like, definitely wear whatever you want as long as your bride approves, right? But it's not your wedding. So you don't want to go in there and try to outshine people showing off your muscles and stuff. That's just not wedding attire. I understand it's in Jamaica, it's hot, but that's not what you want. And automatically he got it. He was like, you know what, man, you were right. Some guys would push back, but he didn't push back. He knew exactly what I was saying. Cause I think that he wasn't sure about it himself. But if I was to put the battery in his back, like, yo, bro, this is it, then yeah, that's what he would have been rocking at these people's wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah. And, so, and I've looked at so many different aesthetics, I've looked at English, I've looked at Italian and all that. And I have the money to go get those, and I go get them and I put them in my closet, and I live here, and it only looks good if I wear it there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It looks completely out of place if I wear it here. So, that's the reason why, I'm going through my wardrobe again.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the fun part, to be honest with you. It's not fun because you might think, I spent a lot of money and now I have to switch it again. But the journey is really what matters to me. It's the destination is fine, but you never really reach the destination all the way.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
So the journey, you do have to enjoy the journey. So even though we make some mistakes, we learn from them, and then we just get better. You know what
Absolutely, bro. You don't watch a movie for the ending. You watch a movie for the journey.
Facts.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So man, I'm looking forward. Like we spoke before, I just signed up for the coaching.
Yes,
and
appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to my next couple of ensembles. I'm just gonna let go and let God.
Yes. No, we definitely gonna make it work for sure. We definitely gonna make it work.
Yeah.
And I know you had a question about shoes for tuxedo, right?
Yes, sir. So I just bought a nice black tux, and thinking that I want things to be able to go with multiple things. I was wondering if a nice pair of black cap-toe Oxfords will go with the tux, or do I need to go with whole cuts or a shoe that's specifically for tux?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I would say it comes down to how often you think you're going to be wearing a tuxedo, or also it depends on the budget. So what I would recommend, if somebody say budget is not really a factor, I can see myself wearing this 3 to 4 times a year, then I would recommend a type of shoe that's made out of like a shinier kind of leather that's going to look better with the tuxedo. As far as the style of the shoe, you can either do a black cap toe, or you can do the whole cut. The whole cut is going to be slightly more formal because it's just one piece of leather. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So myself personally, I prefer the look of a black cap toe Oxford, but for a tuxedo, I've been leaning lately towards a whole cut because the whole cut is just so formal. But it's not, it's like 1 and 1A. There's not really like a huge difference. But if we're talking about formality, then yes, the whole cut is going to be slightly more formal.
Like I said before, the the money isn't really the option. I mean,
Yeah.
it isn't really a hindrance. So
Yeah.
I have so many shoes that I can't wear that I spend a lot of money for. And the tuxedo is not something that I'm going to wear. It might be once a year,
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
I'll just go ahead and get the shoes to go.
Yeah, I would
get
say
some
in that
cuts.
case, I'd get either a whole cut or black cap to Oxford in a regular leather, because now you can also wear them with other things than just a tuxedo. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because sometimes even though money might not be a hindrance, you still want to be smart about what you're buying.
Right.
And even to this day, I like to have things that can play multiple positions.
Yeah. That was my objective with asking that question. So the two questions that I had with the cuffs, trouser cuffs, and the hole cuts. Yeah. So yeah. I still like the black cap toe Oxfords too. So, eventually down the line, I'm gonna end up getting those black cap toe Oxfords. And, you just can't go wrong with them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like I have a maker now that we're looking to work together, and they make a really, really nice hole cut. And I've been thinking about getting it because we're trying to figure out which pair of shoes I'm going to get from them. But I still haven't decided because, like I said, I wasn't really a huge fan of the hole cut. But now I feel like, they're nice. I still prefer something with a cap because I feel like that's going to help minimize the creasing.
The wrinkles, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So because of that, I'm still hesitant about pulling the trigger on the hole cuts. But I feel like, because I feel like I'm not really going to be wearing them that often. Like if I get them, I'll only wear them with a tux. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But, I already have a couple pair of black cap to Oxford, so I don't need another pair of black cap to Oxford. So maybe I will get the whole cut, but we'll see. You know what I mean?
Okay. But, I told you a couple of years ago, we wear the same size shoes. So, if ever you want to get rid of stuff.
No doubt. It's funny, man. Like I was saying, my dad was 5'3". He was size 6 UK, so I wear 7 UK. And my feet is definitely small for my height because I don't know where I got my height from. I'm not tall, but I'm 5'9" and 3/4, almost 5'10". My mom is 5'2", and my dad was 5'3", so I have no idea how I ended up being this height. Thank God, though, because my sisters are tiny. So, like 5'1", like around that height. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a brother who's 6'3".
That's crazy.
No clue. Yeah. So, but man, I appreciate you carving the time out for me, man.
No, it's my pleasure, man, and I'm glad that I was able to be useful.
Yeah, and I look forward to working with you.
Likewise,
my wife already knows it's about to go down. I'm about to get some suits. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So,
and
all right.
Once again, I'm really looking forward to meeting you when you touch down. You said next spring. When are you coming again?
It'll probably be this fall. So
this fall. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we were going to travel to Europe this fall, and geopolitical things are.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law killed me if I go over there. So,
gotcha.
We're going to travel within the country, and New York is one of our stops. So,
definitely.
It'll be sometime around Thanksgiving. So, I'm looking forward to coming out there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person, man. And it was a pleasure having you on the Wardrobe Audit. And also, we'll schedule the one-on-ones, and then we'll get it popping.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Back in that bag again. Whoa, yeah. Hey. Back in that, yeah. Tell them to watch it.